Welcome, wholeness, to my beautiful beings listening to this message. Today's message is the Eclipse, April 2024. Y'all, I was busy this week. I had to attend a funeral last Saturday. There was no way I wasn't emotionally in the space to project my wisdom and inner messages and all this other stuff to you. But I'm catching up. So you're going to get not one, not two, but 3 videos today. So today's message is about Eclipse, April 2024, that took place 8th of April, Monday, at around, I think, between 3:30 and 4:30 p.m. It was gorgeous. I was working, but all the staff, we were able to get some glimpses at the sky and all that. We were not in the space of totality, which I think is an awesome title. Wow. The space of totality. Sounds like something that would be like, like it's like a something Mortal Kombat, Mortal Kombat. Anyway, sorry. Stay on track. So, clipping away unreliable sources from your space will increase your inner peace. Clipping away unreliable sources from your space will increase your inner peace. I am a woman. Oh no. I don't know what that is. Oh, okay. Sorry, my dad gave me some soap and I think it popped out of the container. So I will use a piece of paper to get that cleaned up real quick. All right. I am a woman, early middle age, in my mid 30s. Okay, 35 years old, and I am beginning to understand the definition of inner peace. In my mid 20s, early 20s, I was all about chaos. Okay, it was all about just pure going out in the world, FOMO, fear of missing out. You're missing out on life. You're missing out on the party. You're missing out on a potential lover. You're missing out. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And you go out, you externalize all of that beautiful, wonderful, youthful energy that you have. Oh, man. Smells like vanilla. Thanks, Dad. You go out, it's important. It's an important phase of early adulthood where you go out into the world to just experience, right? Is it the right thing? No, but it's a good thing to do, okay? And I don't look down on it. I don't look down on teens and people in their 20s, just experimenting and figuring out what's right for them. However, I'm beginning to understand the power of inner peace. I'm beginning to understand the importance of clipping away unreliable sources. A lot of the time, we will attach ourselves to potential. We'll attach ourselves to potential relationships, friendships, potential job connections, link-ups, acquaintances, people who can get us from point A to point B, people who have interests in our hobbies, and oh yeah, I'll get your phone number. Yeah, let's exchange information. You exchange information, and then you text each other, and you meet up, and you don't do any of the said hobbies that the other person said that they were interested in, right? So it's all just kind of all over the place, and then you accumulate all this energy where people only tune in, tap in when they see fit. You work on their schedule. They don't add anything to your life. If anything, they neutralize your growth. They feed into your stagnation. They subtract sometimes from your time and your energy, which is the same thing. Your time is your energy. Your energy is your time. Time spelled backwards is emit. You're emitting energy out. Every time you spend time with someone, you're spending your energy. So clipping away, and I say clipping because it fits into the eclipse season, clipping away things that are unreliable sources that you claim, oh, this is going to help me, this person will help me, and they're not helping you, they're not adding anything, but you're putting fruits and glitter and attention and love and nourishment and you're nurturing them, but it's not balanced out. Clip it out of your life. A lot of the time when we enter into the midlife crisis, right, that's usually in the mid 40s of most adult men, but women go through it too, where you're deep into the height of your career, you're at your prime really, and you have a solid marriage or a solid relationship, or you're just solid in your singledom, okay, and you have all this other stuff going on, right? Everything just seems stable, and then all of a sudden you have a freak out, right? You have a freak out. You don't know what you are, you don't know what you want, you question everything. Like, is this my story? Is this the story I want to really go out and live? Is this really the story I created, or am I living out someone else's story? You have that crisis moment because you never took the time to get to know yourself. You never took the time to find out what was not only good for you, but what was right for you. You just stuck with what's good, what's safe, what's comfortable, because what is good is usually what's safe and what is comfortable, and no one wants to challenge their safety, and no one wants to challenge their comfort. Those two things are priceless. When you feel safe and you feel comfortable, you do not want to F that up. You don't want to rock the boat, right? So clipping away unreliable sources will exponentially move you forward, and it will clarify what is essential in your life. It will clarify what's most important for you. It will help you clarify what's really going on. And it's hard to do. I just clipped a 13-year connection that I've had with an individual. No heads up either. And sometimes that's needed. You just have to kind of disappear, because when you try to confront the problems, or you're trying to confront that, hey, I'm outgrowing this, I'm expanding beyond the connection, then they're going to come up with all these stories and all these explanations, and you don't want them to change just for you. People only change. People will never change. People only change for themselves. They never ever will change for you. And if they choose to change for themselves, it's on their own damn time, not on your time. You can't force someone to all of a sudden fit themselves in your jail, your prison of how they should be, how they should identify, how they should interact with you. People are usually set in their ways, truly, starting in their teenage years. I mean, there's some wiggle room. I would say in your late 20s is when you really begin to just kind of get stuck on your values, stuck on how you conduct yourself in society, to be quite honest. So this will protect your inner peace. And now I understand, because I've met some aunties, For Black people, we use aunties as the typical single, mid-40s, maybe early 50s auntie that is living her best life, that is literally living a life of joy, peace, harmony. She's got friends, she's got a stable job, she travels, she's educated, and unmarried, unbothered. Like, we have those aunties. We call them aunties. And so, I bumped into those women, and sometimes I was very intimidated by them. Like, really just kind of like, oh, like, how come she's unmarried? How come she doesn't have kids? What's going on in her life? And then I was also in awe of them. Wow, she's running her own business. She's running this, she's running that. She's traveling all over the world. What's going on? And it's all because they've mastered the importance of protecting their inner peace. Protecting the inside of themselves that is only meant for themselves. I believe that every human being has a part of their psyche a part of their inner self that only belongs to them. It doesn't belong to your lover. It doesn't belong. It's only between them and God. Not their kid, not their spouse, not their job, not whatever is going on, not even their gifts or talents. There is a part of us that belongs solely between. It's a very personal relationship that we have with ourself and with whatever higher power that's only supposed to be meant for us, for that individual. And people give that up, that they sacrifice that part of themselves for their marriages, for their parenthood, for their careers, for their religion, for all the typical cultural, political identification and ideologies. Protecting your inner peace is something where you have to truly embody, and you have to create the space and the time to get to know yourself. But you do that by clipping away resources that are unreliable, that don't show up, that only show up 20%. I told this acquaintance of mine that I recently cut off, I was like, you give me 5%, I give you 5%. You give me 10%, I give you 10%. You give me 50%, I give you 50%. You give me 100, I'm giving you 100. You give me 150, I'm giving you 150%. When you, especially with, because I understand my energy. When you don't understand your energy, you'll end up giving not enough or way too much of yourself. You end up giving either not enough to the right people and way too much to the wrong people, when you don't put in the effort to truly understand who you are, what you are, why you are the way you are. He thought I was just going to bend over backwards because in his mind, he's on like this pedestal. Right? But that's not the case. That's not how everyone's going to perceive you. You know, you call it ego or whatever, arrogance, I don't know. But that's not how I perceived him at all. I value my energy, meaning time. I'm beginning to anyway. Much better than I did before. And now that I have all these things coming my way, going back to school, shifting gears in my career, I have, business, I have this, I have that, all that's going to need my energy, because those are things that in some form bring me joy. When you find your joy, you want to protect that at all costs. People think that when people are experiencing joy, it's like every day they're happy, and that's not the case either. When you make finding your joy a priority, the moments where joy blossoms are priceless. It feels like it can last forever, because you create that space for it to show you and to connect to you, that frequency of joy. But when you don't create that space to find your joy, when joy pops up, it's so short-lived. Protect your inner peace by clipping out unreliable sources that say that they're going to help you, that say that they're going to show up, that say that they're going to do this and I'm going to do that, and they don't do it. Action is a language. Action is a language. Listen to people and how they act. Listen to what they do. Actions show true intentions. Words make those intentions sound, beautiful, exotic, and unique. And words can trick. Words can be cunning. Words can be misleading. That's why I say question everything. Question what I say. I'm not a guru. I can only speak from my own inner wisdom and what I've learned and what I'm guided to do and how to do it and what I'm guided not to do and you know, I can only speak from this body in this form, and maybe from other higher aspects of myself too. I try not to get too much, or speak from a place of low energy and, you know, an ego and all that. I'm imperfect. I'm perfectly imperfect, okay? Don't come for me. But I say all this is as a woman in the cusp of her womanhood, a being having a human experience as a woman. It's important to share this with you. 2024 is, and I'll say this, I've said this before, the year 2029 is going to be something big. I don't know what the event will be. I don't even know if it's just pertaining to my personal path, pathless path, or if it's global, if it deals with the human collective as a whole. But I truly believe something's going to shift in a major way. We got about 5 years. 5 years. And this intuitive knowing came to me back in 2016. So 8 years ago. Short of 10 years ago. I was going through a massive major awakening myself. I better drink this. Man, I've been so blessed in my life. You guys have no idea. All right. I better head out. Like SpongeBob in that meme. I'ma head out. Oh yeah. Side note. Be careful to the music that you're listening to. I'm a musician. Okay? Come from the world of classical music. I love music. I love all kinds of music. But I was listening to another YouTuber. She's been around in the game for about 13 years or so. Her name's Zen Wooms. Check her out. I tune in. I don't agree with everything she's saying, but for the most part, and how she lives her life and all that. But some of the things she says is on point. It's on point. And she brought up the frequency of music. So maybe that'll be another video, but be careful. Because a lot of that has to do with a lot of spiritual influence on the human psyche. I've noticed. Right? And the radio stations is deplorable. It's hypnotic. Like you can't, like, so the frequency of music I like to listen to is classical. Because that's what I understand. You have real human beings playing real handmade instruments made by human beings. Carved, glued, painted, constructed by humans. And then you have people master the instrument and they create this. So, with that, take care. I'll see you in the next video. Enjoy the 3 videos I posted today because I caught up on my behind self. So, let me know what you think. See ya.